Imagine a world with no cities, no kingdoms, no books, no language as we know it. Just endless forests, frozen plains, and small groups of humans struggling to survive one more day around a campfire. Two people stand face to face. There are no flowers, no wedding rings, no songs about love. Yet one small gesture between them will survive for tens of thousands of years. A gesture so powerful that today billions of people do it, without ever asking why. A kiss. But here's the strange part. Almost every culture has some form of affection, yet romantic kissing isn't universal. Many animals form lifelong bonds. Some birds stay together forever. Wolves raise pups as a family. Chimpanzees comfort one another. But humans transform touching lips into one of the deepest symbols of love. So, how did ancient humans start kissing? Did one brave couple accidentally invent it? Was it part of survival? Or is the real story far stranger than we imagine? To answer that, we have to travel back, nearly 100,000 years, to a time before history itself. Forget everything you know about dating. Ancient humans weren't looking for soulmates. Every day was a fight against hunger, predators, disease, and the weather. Life was brutally uncertain. A single injury could mean death. A failed hunt could leave an entire family starving. In a world like this, trust was more valuable than gold. Finding someone who would protect you, share food with you, and help raise your children wasn't just comforting. It could determine whether your bloodline survived. But trust doesn't appear overnight. It has to be built. And that's where our story begins. Scientists don't believe there was one magical moment when two humans suddenly invented kissing. Instead, many researchers believe it slowly evolved from behaviors our ancestors were already doing. One of the oldest ideas begins, not with romance, but with mothers and babies, long before supermarkets, bottles, or baby food. Mothers often softened food by chewing it first, before passing it directly to their infants, mouth to mouth. Today, it may seem unusual. Back then, it was survival. That close contact strengthened trust, comfort, and emotional bonding over thousands of generations. Some scientists believe these comforting facial gestures gradually took on new meanings between adults. Not because anyone decided to invent kissing, but because evolution kept rewarding behaviors that strengthened human bonds. If that's true, one of humanity's most intimate expressions of love may have started with one of its oldest acts of care. But that is only one theory. Another possibility begins with something hidden inside every breath we take. If kissing wasn't invented, then why did it survive? To answer that, scientists started looking somewhere unexpected. Not at ancient paintings, not at stone tools, but at the human face itself, because hidden beneath our skin is a remarkable collection of nerves. Our lips contain some of the highest concentrations of touch receptors anywhere on the body. Even the slightest contact sends a flood of information racing to the brain. But evolution rarely creates something this sensitive without a reason. So what was that reason? Imagine you're living 70,000 years ago. There are no mirrors, no perfumes, no dating apps. You can't ask someone where they've been or whether they're healthy. Your body has to make that decision for you. And one of the oldest ways it does that is through smell, even when we don't notice it. Every human carries a unique chemical signature. Tiny molecules released through our breath and skin silently reveal clues about our health, our immune system, and even our genetics. Getting close enough to touch faces, close enough to breathe the same air, may have allowed our ancestors to unconsciously gather information that their brains couldn't explain, but their instincts could. In other words, a kiss may have started as one of humanity's oldest compatibility tests. Not because ancient humans understood biology, but because evolution did. Researchers have found that many people are naturally attracted to partners whose immune system genes differ from their own. Children born from those pairings may have inherited stronger defenses against disease. No prehistoric human knew any of this, but they didn't have to. Natural selection doesn't need a plan. It only needs results. The people who formed stronger bonds, who chose healthy partners, who successfully raised children, were more likely to leave descendants behind. Generation after generation, tiny behaviors that strengthen trust and attraction slowly became part of being human. But then another mystery appears. If kissing is so useful, why doesn't every culture do it? And why don't most animals kiss at all? The answer forces us to rethink everything we assume about love. If kissing was so important, then every human culture should do it, right? Surprisingly, they don't. When anthropologists began studying isolated societies around the world, they found something unexpected. Several cultures had no tradition of romantic kissing at all. People still fell in love. They still raised families, they still formed lifelong relationships. But pressing lips together simply wasn't part of romance. That discovery changed everything, because it meant kissing wasn't a universal rule of being human. It was something else. Something that biology may have started, but culture helped shape. And then there's the animal kingdom. At first glance, it seems obvious. Humans kiss, animals don't. But nature is rarely that simple. Chimpanzees often touch mouths after a fight. Bonobos lock lips during social bonding. Elephants gently wrap their trunks around one another in moments of comfort. Many birds carefully touch beaks during courtship. Wolves lick the faces of family members. These aren't kisses in the romantic sense, but they serve a remarkably similar purpose. They build trust, repair relationships, reduce conflict, strengthen social bonds. Perhaps humans didn't invent the desire to express affection. Perhaps we simply transformed an ancient instinct into something uniquely our own over thousands of generations. What may have begun as comfort, or curiosity, or unconscious mate selection slowly became a language. A kiss could now mean, I trust you, I'm glad you're alive, come back safely. I choose you. No words required. And that may be why kisses survived the rise and fall of civilizations. Through the Stone Age, the Bronze Age, the Roman Empire, the Middle Ages, the Industrial Revolution, empires collapsed. Languages disappeared. Borders changed. Yet one simple gesture remained, passed from one generation to the next, without anyone ever remembering where it truly began. Maybe that's because there was never a single first kiss. Maybe there were thousands, scattered across continents, across centuries, as ancient humans slowly discovered that the smallest gesture could express what words never could. And perhaps that's why we still kiss today.